Hello everybody, this is Nick Kangadis with MRC-TV, and today we have an interview with a very special guest. We have Aura Garrillo, and she is in Venezuela, and we are in touch with her to try and get a grasp on what's going on in the country of Venezuela with all the news that we hear of all the unrest. So Aura, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Very good. Now, how long have you been in Venezuela?
I've lived here all my life. I'm over 50, and except for 4 years, I lived in Michigan a long time ago, but
Okay.
I've been here all my life.
In terms of the political climate in Venezuela, how would you say the transition was from Hugo Chavez to the current president, Nicolas Maduro?
It's like they pressed the accelerator on everything that Hugo Chavez was doing until his when he was alive, until he was in power. He tried very hard to keep the forms, to conform with certain I don't know what the word is, formalities, in terms of both domestic here in the country, but also and very especially abroad. Maduro, it's so bad that he made us miss Chavez, and I was very, very opposed to Chavez. But this is how terrible Maduro has been.
Can you tell us about the level of crime and violence that's going on in the country?
It's very bad. For instance, in terms of my life, how my life, my everyday life, and everybody's life has changed. Past 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening, everyone's at home.
So
Nightlife, the way it used to be, it no longer exists.
well,
People who can still afford, and unfortunately, and I am not one of them, to go out for a drink or something, they no longer do it at night.
Yeah.
Because at night, nobody wants to get caught in the street at night.
it's that
the term-
dangerous.
It's that dangerous. Do you know the term no man's land? Is
Yes,
that a term?
no man's land, yes.
Say that again?
No man's land?
That's it.
Yes.
That's how it feels.
Now, I'm glad you brought up inflation. I was reading a report done by The Guardian, and it said that inflation on the price of goods can be as high as 1,000%. How difficult is it to live day-to-day life when goods are at such a premium like that?
At some point, I might get emotional, and I don't want to because it doesn't make me look good. But
I understand.
At some point, I may get emotional, and this is one of them.
Okay.
Because I just came back from doing my grocery shopping, and I was very, very depressed because it's terrible. I mean, I hope I know this might give you an idea. It is depressing to go grocery shopping. Does that give you an idea of how bad it is? I am fortunate that I don't have to buy. I don't have to support a family.
Yeah.
All my income is just spent on me. People keep having children here, and I keep seeing pregnant women walking around, lining, making lines for food, to buy diapers, to buy
Basic goods.
things.
I just wanted to run something by you that the New York Times wrote about a year ago. They wrote that Venezuela is a country that is in a state of total collapse. How accurate would you say that statement is?
It's true. And you're telling me they wrote it a year ago?
Yes, actually, almost exactly a year ago.
Okay, well, it was true a year ago, And if it was true and accurate a year ago, imagine what it is now.
It's worse,
That's my point. I mean, a year ago, I am not sure, but maybe, yeah, I think a year ago I was still able to buy olive oil. A year ago, I didn't have to do grocery shopping once a week, and like today, because I bought pasta, I did not buy coffee because I cannot afford to buy pasta and coffee at the same time.
Wow. What do you think people in America need to know about the situation that's going on in Venezuela?
There are so many things that they need to know because I don't know why it seems like we're not important enough, and I don't mean it demeaning myself or my country, but it seems to be that so many other things and so many other countries make it into to the news, to the headlines in the U.S., and I don't understand why it is not news that we are having such difficulties. For instance, there have been over 60 people, young Venezuelans, killed by the government in the last 60 days.
Now, why were they killed?
Because of protests, demonstrations, and the way the government is dealing with them. I mean, everything they do only goes to confirm that we are living in a dictatorship because they are just these 60 young kids mostly young kids who have died, have been killed by the armed forces of the Maduro regime because as a way of repressing this demonstration. Americans, there are many things that Americans need to know about what's going on here because out of solidarity, they need to know that these people, Maduro's regime, is killing their own people. So out of their of their heart, Americans need to know that we Venezuelans are being killed, ruthlessly killed and repressed by the Venezuelan government.
Would you say it's to the level of genocide?
Oh, yeah.
Aura, we have to wrap it up here. Folks, we've just been joined by Aura Garrillo from Venezuela, and she's been talking to us about the plight of what's going on in Venezuela. I'm Nick Kangadis for MRC-TV. Thank you very much for joining us, and stay tuned for more.